Okay. Resolved that abortion be made illegal. Our pro-speaker, Elizabeth Newton, and our con-speaker, Lilly Dunning. Pro-speaker, you can start.
Okay. I think everybody here knows what exactly abortion is. It's the termination of a pregnancy. Now, this is according to the Guttmacher Institution, which has been known to be a pro-choice organization, so we can assume there's no bias here. Now, since abortion was legalized in 1973, there have been approximately 53 million abortions performed. In just 2011, there was approximately 106 million abortions, which on average is 2,904 abortions each day. Now, that's 2,904 kids dying each day. Now, in 2004, a study was found that the reasons why most women chose to have an abortion. The most common ones that they wasn't ready to have a child, or that having a child would interfere with their education, work, or their ability to take care of her dependents. 74% of women said that she just couldn't afford a child and or didn't want to be a single mother.
Exactly right. I mean, why would a woman that doesn't want to have a child be forced to have one in the first place? I mean, when you're forced to have a child, and I know there's a lot of studies saying that abortion can have psychological damage on you, there's even more so if you're denied one. It's a woman's reproductive choice, considering it is a constitutional amendment, just like the Civil Rights Act, just like the right to abolish slavery, and most importantly, the right to free speech, because without any of that, we wouldn't be standing here today.
In the Constitution, it says that everybody has the right to life, liberty, and happiness. Now, aborting a child, in my opinion, is breaking their constitutional right to their life. I mean,
that's considering their life starts at conception. No, sorry. And that obviously is debated, considering, especially with a religious bias, that a child is typically not viable until 24 weeks in the womb when they can live outside on their own.
A lot of people debate when a child life begins. Now, while researching, I found this article, and it explains the process in which a child is in the mother's womb. Now, when a sperm enters an egg or whatever, generally in the upper tube or whatever, a new entity comes into existence, which is called a zygote. It's the name of the first cell formed at conception, the earliest developmental stage of the human embryo, followed by the other stages, And then the zygote is composed of human DNA and other human molecules, so it's naturally, undeniably human and not some other species. This zygote has its own personal DNA, its own characteristics. Now, whether it can think for itself or not, or whether it has a heart or whatever the limbs of a human, it is still viably a human.
Outside on its own, outside of the mother.
Not yet, no, but it's still considered a life.
In the opinion of whoever wrote that in yourself. But what I'm trying to say is that, yes, I don't deny that an abortion is a huge undertaking and responsibility, just like a child is. But when you force someone, when you say you don't have that option anymore, especially when it is already declared under the right to privacy that a woman does have the right to get an abortion if she does not want to be pregnant anymore, you risk that she's going to have even more psychological damage. And when a child is brought into this world that is not wanted, the mother is going on welfare, being in poverty, and most importantly, the child risks not being loved and being abused and neglected.
There is such thing called adoption, and there are millions of women out there that cannot physically have children, that want children. I don't think it's fair that a woman can abort a baby just because she doesn't want it. There are millions of people out there that want children. I find that selfish. Another study conducted by the Guttmacher Institution is where they asked women who've already had abortions why they chose abortions. Only 7% of the women reported their abortion was because of a health reason or possible health problem with the baby, and less than 5% reported because of rape, and 92% of abortions in America are purely elective, done in a healthy woman to end the life of a healthy child.
Well, what about all the, okay, so for example, in 2014, according to the World Health Organization, there were 68,000 maternal deaths, especially in underdeveloped countries where abortion is illegal. Because of abortion, there have been significantly less, actually in just the United States, were only 2 that a woman died from having an abortion. And if you were to make it illegal, then that number would skyrocket, because abortions are still going to happen, but the only people that will be able to get safe and healthy ones are ones that can afford it. Not black market, unsafe, definitely not up to health regulations when you don't have the money to afford doctors that are willing to do this for you. Okay, so the World Health Organization also says that 49% of all pregnancies are unintended or unplanned. So why is it that almost half the babies in this country that are being born are not wanted? Why should they be brought into an environment where they don't want to be there? Or people that are taking care of them don't want to be there? A child deserves unconditional love. And if a woman wants to decide to carry the baby to term and give it up for adoption, that's her choice, just like it's her choice not to have the baby anymore. It all comes back to the fact that it is still a constitutional right. And just like you're wanting to overturn it, you'd be wanting to overturn, not saying that you would personally want to overturn other things, but it has the same gravity and the same, it's the same type of effect if you were trying to take away any other constitutional right that has been in effect for hundreds of years that our country's been established.
Keep continuing.
So, and also like when a woman is given reproductive choice, that gives her the choice to be involved economically and socially in a way that, especially in the past, she hasn't been able to before, because when you have a child that does, in a way, quote unquote, take you out of commission for almost a year, because even though you are able to continue living your life when you're pregnant, in this country you're only allowed 6 weeks maternity leave, and fathers aren't even allowed any paid. So it's not a way to suppress women, but it is definitely a way, especially in underdeveloped countries, that they use to suppress women. And when you aren't able to make that choice, then you don't have the liberty to say what goes on in your life and what you're able to do.
So you said something about how if we overturn it and it becomes illegal, how there may be women that can't afford to get like an abortion from a doctor per se, and that there would be black marketed abortions happening. Now, before abortion was legalized, there was no record of any abortion, like black alley things. So we really can't say how many women would die from black market abortion. And
No, it's actually 68,000 in 2014.
Time is left. Okay, motion to extend speaker's time for questioning by one.
Motion to extend speaker's time.
All right. Is there any questions for the pro side or for the con side?
Which side's the con side?
This side is con. She wasn't going to be legal or to say legal. Yes, Anna.
Yes, don't you think it would be more realistic to teach your children of abstinence instead of having unprotected sex and taking a chance of getting pregnant that would lead to abortion?
Actually, on the contrary, my personal belief is that if you were to teach kids about safe sex, especially in schools, and just in their life as soon as they hit puberty, I think it would actually definitely reduce the amount, because biologically, I mean, we have urges and we're sexual human beings. So I think that telling kids, especially young teenagers, that you shouldn't do something, it's probably going to happen. So if we teach them how to prevent things like that, I think the number of abortions would actually go down significantly.
Wait, Alana.
Does the speaker agree that since the baby can survive out of the womb at 24 weeks, that they don't have to be, they don't have to be taken out of commission for you?
No, because it's not a matter of like, what do you mean? I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. Are you saying that since a baby can be viable at 24 weeks, that a woman is not incorrect? Well, even though a baby can survive out of the womb at 24 weeks, it's really not recommended. I mean, their lungs are barely developed enough where they can breathe on their own.
Do they teach teach safe sex here?
I don't know.
No, they do not.
Yeah, personally at my school, yes, our school brings in Planned Parenthood. So yes, we were taught, and we have never had one teen pregnancy in our school.
Why don't they teach it at high?
Because Miamisburg is cheap, and they think it's against religious rights to teach safe sex.
Excuse me, the Mother Day religions, so
They-
Mother Day.
What did she say?
That's not like that.
Mother Day.
We'll put it up to what the.
Yes, any more questions?
I
Oh, no, you have to ask questions for her. You
You
can't.
can ask me a question later.
I'll put it up to Elizabeth then.
It's
No,
not my
you
turn to
can't.
ask questions.
Yeah, you can't ask her a question.
You
Oh,
can't.
to her.
Good.
Oh,
All right.
her-
So, are there any more questions for the con side? All right. If there's no more questions, the chair will restore the remainder of the time. All right. Elizabeth, how much time does the pro speaker have?
Free. How much time do I?
Free.
Three. We
How much
have
time?
52 seconds.
Okay, one final statement that I want to make is that I don't believe that anybody is ready for a child, even if the child is planned. I don't think a person can ever be ready to take care of a child, whether they think they are or not. And many arguments that are made is that just a parent isn't ready, they feel like they're not ready to have a child, therefore they don't want the child, and that's a right to abort the child. And I don't believe that's true. I think abortion is a very selfish thing to do. That child, whether it is thinking for itself yet or whether it's in the world yet, is still a child and has the right to life. And I yield the rest of my time to questions.
All right. Blake.
Is the speaker aware that approximately 250,000 children are adopted annually, but each year 14,505,000 children grow up as orphans and age out of the system at age 16?
Yeah, I'm aware of
Will the speaker yield to a two-part question?
that. Yeah.
Is the speaker familiar with what are called term coat hanger abortions?
Yeah.
Does the speaker believe that if abortion were made illegal, things like coat hanger abortions that are absolutely horrendous for women's health would be on the rise?
I believe it's a possibility, but I don't believe some women might be up to take that, but I don't believe that most women would actually be able to take the risk of health that is involved in that.
All right. Are there any more questions? Brief.
Not quick, my hand, there's 5 seconds.
Oh, okay. Are there any more questions? Yes.
Is it the free clinic, eliminate the coat hanger abortion that he was, the gentleman referred to?
Ooh, I don't know.
What?
The free clinics that we see on TVs that they're trying to shut down, that they're offering the free abortions. Didn't they eliminate the coat hanger?
I don't know the specifics of it.
Well,
I wouldn't know.
He can't answer that. He can't answer. Okay, my next question to Elizabeth.
Wait, hold on. You have to break. Yeah, that's crossfire, but yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I won't answer that. Was a while ago, my question to the other lady up there is why don't Miamisburg offer sex education?
I don't know for sure, but I think most people believe it's a violation of their religious and personal beliefs. And I think the cost will be too much in the eyes of the Miamisburg people.
Basically, in your judgment, what you're trying to say is it costs too much.
Personally, I believe they should teach safe sex so kids are aware of the dangers and the possibilities of having sex. But I think that some of the people like higher up that make those decisions, I think they believe that the cost may be too much.
Yes, Corey. Or actually, is there are there any motions to extend your time?
Yeah, motion to extend.
All right, any seconds? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Corey. Go, Corey.
Does the speaker agree that getting rid of abortion infringes on a woman's choice?
No.
All right, are there any other questions for the pro speaker? All right, subsequent? Anyone want to go subsequent on this?
What about you, Anthony?
I can't, I'm moderator.
No, but we can have another motion.
No, you can't, it's against parliamentary procedure, you aren't allowed. You can't, like, the moderator can't leave his position to debate,
Oh.
isn't it? Huh?
I mean, I get, maybe technically not.
And plus, I don't really want to debate
Let me
about
do it
this.
if we really wanted to.
I like doing a motion to elect a
I know, I don't want to debate this though. Like, I don't have a position on this very much, except I wanted to, like.
No, come on.
All right, anybody else want to debate something?
I have a motion for a thought talk on this subject.
Yes. Motion acknowledged. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, Weston, you're going to have to help me. I've never moderated a thought talk before.
Do you guys know what a thought talk is?
Do I just
Yes.
answer questions? We just answer questions. Are we just talking about like?
Well, so a thought talk is just basically like an open discussion, like it's like maybe what you have in class, like you just raise your hand and talk. So like the moderator handbook technically says the moderator is supposed to like post questions for everybody. I know in my chapter basically the moderator just calls on people.
Yeah, that's
And
what
we
did. That's what
sometimes
did.
let the moderator
Okay.
talk. But basically, so it's just more kind of a less structured discussion where anybody can raise their hand and participate. It's good because like I have an opinion on this and it's something, but it's not something that I can go up and like debate either side on.
Yeah.
It's just some, it's good for that kind of thing.
All right, so let's do a thought talk. All right. So any questions?
So I was just going to say that I think there's a fundamental misunderstanding between people who are pro-life and pro-choice. And basically it comes down to whether or not the individual is a human being or is alive or not. Because if you think that the human being is alive, then if the human being is alive, then most people would agree that you can't kill it, basically. If you think that it's not alive, then most people would agree that it should be the women's choice what to do with their own body because it's not alive. So when pro-choicers try to say, oh, this person doesn't think that women should have a right to choose, or when pro-lifers say, oh, this person believes in murder, well, no, it's not that they believe in that. It's just that they have a difference of opinion over whether or not that is life. So I think that that's kind of what's missing from abortion debates sometimes, that understanding of where the actual difference of opinion lies.
For yourself, I believe it is the woman's choice because it's her body, you know.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else? Any others?
I believe personally that even if the child can't think and act and roll quite yet, that give it a few months, that child will be able to. And I don't think there's a difference between aborting a baby and killing a child right now. I don't think there's a difference in it. It's still a human being, whether it can think for itself yet or not.
I can't add anything to it.
Yeah, I mean, like technically I guess not, but like I know the pretty easy, whoever's moderating, if nobody else wants to talk, we get the discussion and then we'll just, yeah.
Okay, well, I have like a little kind of thing. So, so there's a woman that walked into a doctor's office, and she had her newborn baby with her, and the doctor says, "You are now pregnant," and her baby's not been good at all. Like it's been crying all the time. It's been not wanting to eat, not wanting to sleep. So she hasn't had any sleep, and so he says, "You're pregnant again," and she says, "No, that's impossible. I cannot be pregnant again." And she's like, "I want an abortion." So this baby, less than 3 or 4 weeks old, or it could be 8 years old, it doesn't matter how old it is. So when she says she wants an abortion, the doctor gets up and grabs the other child and walks out of the room. And the woman says, "What are you doing?" She's like, "It's exactly the same as getting an abortion. I'm taking one of your children away." Because they both have the possibility to have the greatest life, that they both have the possibility of being the president of the United States, or they have a possibility of being Charles Manson. It doesn't matter what, they still have a right to life. It's still their right to do this. So that's just my thought.
That comes down to you saying what it means to be alive as a human. So
Yeah. And that's what everyone has a difference of opinion, because like she believes that it's at 24 weeks. We believe that it's where it's conceived or when it's conceived, that's when life starts. Yep, like as soon as the sperm fertilizes the egg, that is when the life starts. Yeah.
Oh, I've just always like wondered, like, pro-choice or pro-life, if men really even had a right, not to an opinion, but to have it, if this were to ever actually come into fruition to where it would maybe be revoked or whatever it would be, to where abortion would not be a possibility anymore, if men should or could have an opinion and a right to say what happened when this is a completely female issue. Like, not to sound like all feminists, but kind of like the whole no uterus, no opinion type thing, is that sometimes I think it holds bearing when the woman is still the one that has to carry the child and always be responsible for the child. And you will always know that you had a baby. That's something that you can never give up. So I think that's the whole, like, you have to live with yourself.
I actually, so have you ever heard the issue where someone said that if a man rapes a woman, that he should be castrated. That he should be castrated. That is a men's issue. A woman should not be able to decide if a man gets castrated or not, because they're discriminating against men that are trying to rape women. Because women rape men all the time. What are we going to do to them? We can't do anything to them.
Well,
You can't-
technically, there is a surgery they can have where women can have children. I mean,
But, well,
that's something that could happen.
but usually with men,
Yeah, but
But subjective
the entire castration
whole other
process is
level.
totally
Yeah,
different.
it's
yeah.
just
Abortion is still a form of surgery. It's still a procedure. It is a procedure, and castration is not a surgery. It is a procedure. They go into the testicle and they cauterize, it's the tube. I know how they do it to horses because I've had to castrate the horse, but that's completely different. Completely because what? Huh? No, you don't get it. Well, actually, it's actually in the safety of all the other horses because it was a stud, and that's what they call it. And then when the mare walks by the stud, the mare is like automatically like they're automatically. I don't want to say this without coming off rude or crude. They automatically get aroused by it, and so then the male, like they produce some sort of aroma, and the male, the stud, kind of actually tries to conceive of another horse with the other horse, and that's actually happened when I was out riding and the stud came up behind her and like kicked me in the back and it like cut my back open because he tried to, yeah. And so now all of our,
Let's get back on abortion. That's abortion.
I had to elaborate on my thing because you guys didn't think I was weird.
Don't have relations.
Yes, so if a man rapes a woman and women are trying to castrate the men, how is that any different than a man having an opinion on abortion? Because they're both medical procedures, they're both related to a certain sex. How is it any different?
I can see one difference that the man actually did do something that,
But she did have sex unprotected with another person.
So you should victimize her for that?
No, you should not victimize her, but it's money you pay. I'm just kidding. I had to say that. I'm sorry.
Andrew runs.
I mean,
One
Puppy, come on.
Leave.
I personally have
Punch. All right. Elizabeth.
one opinion that I personally have is, say a woman and a man have consensual sex, unprotected consensual sex, and the woman gets pregnant. I don't believe either one of them has a right to even think about abortion because, I mean, if you're not responsible enough to deal with the consequences of having sex, unprotected sex, as that, then I don't think you have a right to kill another life. And I mean, say you are raped, I mean, that's definitely a horrible thing. But even then, this is a life we're talking about, whether you believe that the life happens when they have sex or when it happens after it's born or whatever your view is on that. I still view it as a life, and I think if you're not responsible enough to deal with the consequences of having sex, you're definitely not responsible for having an abortion.
I agree, they have to deal with the consequences.
I think that's what's right.
I'm just kidding.
how do you regulate that, to make sure that it was unprotected? Because I don't know if you could actually screw those.
Even his mom failures all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're not responsible enough to deal with what happens after having sex, whether it's protected or unprotected, then you don't have a right to kill a child.
Well, what if they thought that they were infertile? And then they.
No.
Okay.
Hold on. There's still such thing as STDs.
Yeah.
Just saying. I had to get that out
The cities and babies are basically the same.
there. Exactly. They're both pests. I don't like children, so. Alright, continue.
Say something.
Yeah, anyone else?
There's something that like.
I'm the first person I saw my face. Yeah. I'm a horrible person. Anyone else have anything to say?
Oh.
Oh, thank God. I thought you said, that's not what I thought you said.
I know, but yeah, I don't know if they really care that much.
I think just switching to function.
Alright.
Climate change causes abortion.
Does it?
No, radiation. It's too hot.
Okay, back on topic.
Says the guy that got off about
Right.
No, that I had a point.
Hey, we should just switch to
Guys. What? Yes, Wes.
Well, okay, I thought of another issue. So basically it would be, I guess it's paramount saying no female should be allowed to have a say in the decision of whether or not to make male circumcision legal or illegal. I think that's probably
Is that an actual issue? Is that like an actual thing?
there are people who get circumcision.
What? Are there like actual like activists for this? Like really?
I personally, I don't think we should have I don't think we should circumcise babies. But like, I'm not militant about it. But there are people who.
Oh my god. I'm suggesting at the next fall, like I'll say when they are typing debate, I'm like
Actually, there is a medical procedure that they do with the circumcision from the male, and they put it out on a piece of paper, and they make it reproduce itself, and they use that skin on grafts to heal other wounds on people. They actually use that. He had it done on his foot, yeah. They take the skin and they put it out, and because it's from a baby.
From the circumcision.
Yeah, yeah. They do that. They use it at the VA too.
That's like a medical like marvel. That's awesome.
Do you guys want to have a talk about this?
Yes. All right.
No, I don't
Say
know.
the abortion.
But they do use
I
that.
just, this is very, very, very personal, but, you know, the baby parts thing with.
Yeah.
There are advantages to it because it helps with stem cell research and.
I mean, you can get stem cells from the.
I can give you some stem cells. I can give you some stem cells. I can give you stem cells. And I wanted to go like bone marrow and like you can like have like the plasma transplants and all that. That's what like if I wanted to give you one of my kidneys right now, I could. You don't have to harvest baby
But
parts.
you're not
Right.
if you
Well,
don't.
there's a difference.
Stem cells is total new.
I think there's a difference
Right.
between having
You're not
one,
if
if
you
you
don't
want to be able to
circumcise
grow
your
one.
Okay. All right.
Stem cells.
Okay.
They do
It's
that.
like a
I agree. It's all right.
Yeah, there's cells that can do anything.
And
Okay.
it produces themselves, like these cells.
No. All right. All right. So would you guys like to motion to immediate previous question? Because we're gonna like do this thought before Niraj gets here because we're not talking about circumcision. So, all right, all right, all in favor of abortion being illegal, please stand.
He's up.
Okay, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. All right, all in favor of abortion being legal. 4. Any abstentions?
I'm abstaining.
All right, any
Said
abstentions?
you're first.
All right, so 2 abstentions, so it goes 5 to 4 to 2. This resolution passes. Okay, great. You did really good, and so did you. You both did really good.
Both did really good.